I'm Stan Vanderburg. If you haven't seen one of the programs on westernbass.com TV, I've been involved with it quite a few times with Tony and the gang, but we are here at the Anglers Marine Bassathon, and we've got the layout for 1-800 Boat, the insurance company, the best coverage for bass boat in the West, bar none. And how can I say that? Well, mostly because as a brokerage firm, we've got every program pretty much that's available to the bass fishing community in office. So if somebody needed, we've got our table here, if somebody wanted Progressive, we underwrite with Progressive. If somebody wants something from the Bass One program through Western Maritime, we offer Western Maritime's Bass One program. And we've got our other program that most of the people have known as 1-800 Bass Boat is our program through ACE. And because we are brokers and we have as many different markets we can deal with, and we would tell everybody that calls in, one program maybe somebody wants because of one reason, or you might want another program for another reason. One program doesn't fit all. So we have all of them. In the event that you have a problem with your bass boat insurance or you have a question about it, you can call us so we can kind of direct you to find out what you actually need. Since I'm the guy that actually invented bass boat insurance in the mid-70s, in 1974, I went to a company and said, they're not doing it right, I'd like to do it my own way. And they said, go ahead and start, and we've been doing it ever since. But I made that bass boat policy for me. So it covered me better than it would cover anybody else, because I never wanted to be out of pocket any money if I ever had a claim. So one of the things you got to kind of look forward to is when you're looking for an insurance policy is, what am I getting for coverage? What are my needs, and what do I need to cover? Some of the people are going, well, I got a brand new boat, I can't afford to lose a dime. I want to make sure it's agreed value policy. We've been preaching that for a long time. That's exactly what you need. You need a stated value policy or an agreed value policy that will cover your boat without depreciation. Most of the companies that are doing the bass boat style programs, and make sure you stay with one of those, do not go outside that box. I don't care where you go, but go with somebody that actually knows about bass fishing, and stay with them, because they will cover you as a tournament fisherman where the other guys won't. You'll have problems as a professional collecting money and making money as a business if you're a professional fisherman, or going to tournaments and earning money, and can disqualify you from a standard pleasure boat policy. So you don't want to go there. Stick with somebody that actually does a program for the bass fishing community. The difference between most of these different policies is going to come in that one term. Actual cash value is one thing you need to know about. Actual cash value versus the stated value. Actual cash value, what's the actual cash value of your 5-year-old motor? What's the actual cash value of those 5-year-old electronics? Even better, 3-year-old electronics. Because what Lowrance made 3 years ago, they don't make today anymore. That black and white unit that you have on your boat, if it gets stolen or lost and you take a wave and it washes the thing right off your deck, what do you replace it with? In an actual cash value program, what's the actual cash value of all the used electronics? Nothing. What happens in those things if you paid $400 for that unit 5 years ago, you got a $500 deductible? First, you don't even count. If you have a $250 deductible and it's an old unit, then you still don't have as much coverage, because they're going to depreciate it half plus your $250 deductible, and you still haven't got much to pay for it. Our program's a little different in that we offer no depreciation on your big motor, your trolling motor, or your electronics until your boat's 10 years old. So if you have a claim, we just pay your $250 and you're done. We float you again. If it's new electronics you need, put the new ones on. If it was an X70, well, they don't make that anymore. Put a new X85 on and go. See you later, bye. One of the other things you got to kind of look for too is when they say full replacement cost on your hull, on motor, or whatever else, that's full replacement cost if you have a total loss. So if you have a total loss, it means you either have to hit your hull. Well, actually, what it is, if you've got a total loss, you're going to have to either have your boat stolen or it has to burn on the trailer. That's pretty much the only way, unless you crash one of the boats. But today's boats, you don't usually crash one, and they don't usually get fully broken or to the point where we got to be a full replacement cost. All the hulls today, full of foam, and they can patch them usually. It's rare that you ever have one of the newer boats where you have a full total loss just because you hit a rock or a dock. So look for a policy that has, if you find one, that has full replacement costs. First question you ask them is, what about a partial loss? Partial loss is what, 90% of the boating accidents, 99%. You're going to hit that rock or you're going to hit the dock. So you hit it with your hull, or you hit it with your motor, or you hit it with both. But now it's not a total loss, it's only a partial loss. Are they going to depreciate that on a partial loss? So you have to come out of pocket on your older boat, if it's past 5 years old, to patch your boat. Heck, if it's past 1 year old, on a lot of the policies, they'll depreciate something on a claim. So those are things to look out for. Am I covered for a full amount on a partial loss? Is there actual cash value, or am I going to have to come out of pocket to pay a claim if I hit something? And is it replacement cost across the board, or is it only replacement cost for a total loss? Those are biggies to look out for. I mean, most of the policies on today's market too are built on a yacht policy, and the yacht policy covers towing. They cover hazardous materials if you spill gas and somebody wants to fine you. They'll cover some of your property, personal property. Most of them will cover anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000. I think the Bass One program has $5,000 to start with. We have it on our 800 bass boat. We have $5,000. I think their deductible is $250 and ours is $100. They have a full replacement cost, let's say, on the Western Maritime program for 5 years for a total loss. So if you're worried about losing your boat in a complete total loss for 5 years, that's a great program. All of the programs out there offer guide service, so you can get your guide liability, and it depends on how much. Anywhere from ours is 100, and it goes up from there. There's lots of different programs out there to choose from. Make sure you choose the right one carefully. Ask lots of questions. Make sure that your agent actually knows something that you're dealing with about what you're doing in this boating industry. Because if they don't, we had an angler that was told, "Oh yeah, don't worry, we can cover you." Bought the insurance, got in an accident, and actually his hull may be totaled because it ran up on a rock bottom. No, we don't even know if the hull can be replaced or fixed. But because he was in a tournament, it was a wrapped boat, that particular company said, "Well, you were a pro, you make money in this, and that's not covered." So that kind of was the flip the light switch on for a lot of people. They go, "Well, what's the difference, and what are we getting in for our money, and who's telling us the truth and who's not?" So my 2 cents is find somebody that actually knows, no matter what you're doing, and ask the right people before you buy. There's a lot of different programs out there for bass fishing insurance or bass boat insurance. Make sure you got the right one. I mean, I love the company that I deal with. Is our program is through Ace Insurance Company. The Ace Insurance Company is a part of INA, Insurance Company in North America. The Insurance Company in North America is the oldest boating insurance company in America. They wrote the first boat policy in 1792 when Washington was president, and they've been doing it ever since, and they do a great job. And I did happen to pick up a little piece here from Wall Street Journal this week. Oddly enough, we've had all the problems with what's going on in the stock market. And they came out, choose carefully. How about that? Make sure you got a fundamental company that is still in business. And they are listed as one of the largest insurance companies in the world. I'm proud to be doing a little business with that company. They treat the fishermen right, and they have been for years. Most of the pros that we have that are walking through here, we got Michael Bennett. He just walked through here. He's one of our pros. And we've had pretty much Mike Folkstad. There's just a mass of the guys that are all through here. We've insured most of the pros for most of the years. We don't pay anybody to say anything good about us or bad about us. You say what you want, you pick who you want. But we think our programs are the best in the marketplace, and we would love to talk to you and have you give us a jingle. 1-800-BASS-BOAT. It's 1-800-227-7262. I know, just spell Bass Boat, too many letters, but the T is free and the call's on me. Call.